Hello, everybody. Hi, and welcome to the grand finale of all of the standings for the NFL. This is the culmination of it all, as it were. If you've watched the past four videos, you would know what I've thought about each division and where I've put things in the standings, and now it's going to lead to me predicting the playoffs in this year's 2023-2024 NFL season. This is just purely based off how I said the records. So it's going to be, 1 through 7 normal NFL standard, like basic NFL playoff rules. I'm not going to there's not going to be any stats behind this because I won't know how each of these teams are going to stack up throughout the regular season. Like I said, once the actual NFL season starts, and once we get closer to the end and we're actually ready to the playoffs start, I'll make another one predicting the playoffs with actual stats to back it. And that one is going to be, we'll just test to see how close I was, how many I got right and wrong. But for now, this is just blind, just based off last year's stuff and what I said in the past four videos. So again, I'm not going to go too deep into why I picked the team. This is just pure based off what we kind of know about the team as of right now. And like I said, the standings will be based off of the records I gave. So for a refresher, I'm not going to list every team. I'm just going to list the 7 teams for each division or for each conference. So for the NFC, 1, we got Philly. 2, we've got San Fran. 3, we've got the Vikings. 4, we've got the Saints. And those are the 4 division winners in order of record. And then 5, we've got the Cowboys as the first wild card. 6 is Seattle, and then 7 is Chicago Bears, coming in as this last playoff spot. Flipping over to the AFC, number 1 is the Bengals, 2 is the Chiefs, 3 is the Bills, 4 is Jacksonville. Those are your division winners again, in order of wins and losses. 5 is the Jets, 6 is Miami, 7 is Denver, sneaking into the playoffs again. But again, this is based off how the actual playoffs would work, based on the records I gave. So that's why they're that way. I'm following the NFL, following the rules. I'm doing like a John Madden, like his hand gesture thing, boom. So we'll start in the end. I don't know why I'm doing this today. This is really funny. I'm start in the NFC. So how this would shake up is just I'm doing it exactly how the seedings would be if the playoffs were to start. So basically, we would have San Francisco at home, number 2, facing the Bears at 7. The Vikings would be home with the 3 seed, and they will be hosting Seattle with the 6 seed. And then they have the Saints will have a home game against the Cowboys, and Philly would have the bye. So that's exactly how it would be. And then I would have, San Francisco just beating the Bears. I just think they're, as of right now, without any knowledge or injuries or anything, San Francisco is just the better team. So that would move on. And then the Vikings, I think, will take care of Seattle. I think Vikings have, compared to what the defense is of Seattle, we haven't even seen. I think the offense right now stacks up a little bit better for the Vikings. And then the Saints and Cowboys, I think the Cowboys are literally just the 5th seed because you can't be higher because they're better than a lot of the teams that I have that are division winners. So honestly, I think they'll steamroll the Saints and move on. So it'll be the next round and the division round. It'll be Philly and Cowboys. I think that would be a fun game to watch. It's division rivals, NFC East. It's a very feisty division. They really hate each other. Normal NFL rivals don't like each other. Other than the AFC North, I think the NFC East is second on hating each other. So it's gonna be a really intense atmosphere, especially for a spot in the NFC Championship game. It's gonna be really fun to watch. But I think Philly takes it. I think they're just the better team. Jalen Hurts with all his weapons in that defense. And then we got the Vikings and San Fran, and as much as I want to put the Vikings into the NFC that would just be a homer pick and it wouldn't be accurate. I think if San Francisco is anything as they were last year, I don't think Minnesota can get around it. Even if we have the offensive power, I think that defense is just too good for our O-line, and Kirk Cousins will be eaten alive. So as much as I want to put Minnesota through, I think it's going to be a repeat Philly and San Fran. And this is a toss-up. And I think if they're healthy again, it's going to be a close battle again. And as much as I don't want to pick Philly again, just like because it sounds like I'm repeating, but I'm not trying to. I just think it's going to be Philly on the NFC, and I think unless San Fran can pull it, and if they're healthy, and if that offense is really clicking, they might be able to do it. It's going to be close. It's going to be like, a field goal win kind of a thing, and San Fran might be able to do it, but I think it's going to be Philly. And then on the other side of the AFC, again, listing it, the Chiefs would be home at the 2 seed, and they'll be hosting Denver, which would be a cool game because it's, again, AFC West rivals, and they don't like each other. Then we got the Bills and Miami, AFC, rivals there. And then Jacksonville and the Jets. So I've got the Chiefs beating Denver. I don't think that's really a surprise. So they're going to move on. Not much needs to be said. Bills and Miami, I know the Bills are on paper the better team, but I think Miami has a lot more fight in them. And depending on how the season goes, I could see Miami going into Buffalo because they almost did it last year in the winter and they played really well and kind of showed a lot of people, hey, we can play in any season. But honestly, because I want one a little bit of flair and two because I think it could genuinely happen. I could see Miami beating the Bills in a stunner. And then also for Jacksonville and Jets, I want to pick Jacksonville so bad. But also there's a part of me that, if the Jets somehow make a magical run throughout the whole way and get to the Super Bowl and win it, it would be freaking hilarious as a Viking fan. And I don't even, I'm not, a super overly Packer hater. I'm not, I'm very fair and stuff like that, but it would just be really funny to me that in Aaron Rodgers' first season outside of Green Bay, he wins the Super Bowl. It would just be hilarious. Do I think it's going to happen? No, but it would be really funny, I think. But I have the Jets beating Jacksonville. I think they'll be the better team, and I think the only reason is because that they won't be higher is just because the Bills would win the division, and they just can't. Again, kind of like the Cowboys, they just can't be any higher than 5th. So I think they're going to beat Jacksonville and move on. So that means Bengals, who had the first round bye, the 1 seed, they'll host Miami. And basically, I think that'd be best case scenario for the Bengals is getting Miami because they can handle that and they're going to be a way better team. Their defense is going to be way better. The offense is loaded. That is loaded. Again, this is all based on if injuries and stuff and if everyone's healthy. So I think the Bengals will win. Jets and Chiefs, that's going to be a close game. Aaron Rodgers, the Jets are going to give the Chiefs a run for their money, and it's not going to be like a cakewalk. And even though it's hard playing in Arrowhead, Aaron Rodgers can do it. He's a GOAT. He's an NFL legend, and I think he could put up a fight. But I think it's going to be the Chiefs and Bengals and the AFC Championship game. Bengals hosting. I think they win that game. You get the Bengals at home. Patrick Mahomes has suffered playing against the Bengals. He's not been overly he's been good, but he hasn't been able to win against Joe Burrow, and I like Joe Burrow. I think dude's got some swagger, and I like Patty Mahomes too. Don't get me wrong. So I think it's going to be the Bengals and Philly Super Bowl. I'm going to pick Bengals to win the Super Bowl. They're going to do it. That's my pick. That's my official pick. But let me know what you guys think. I mean, I know it's probably a quick video, but these are my NFL playoff predictions. This is based on everything that I've done for the past 4 videos, and just let me know. This is how the playoff system works, so this is what would happen. I think obviously the playoffs are wild and anything could happen ask Jacksonville and the Chargers last year when the Chargers should have easily won the game and they didn't. So anything can happen. I genuinely think this will be a really fun season, and I hope that it lives up to it. And so on top of that, we'll be returning after this video next week. We'll be starting to like kind of get into that system of like Wednesday will be like news and stuff, Friday will be some reactions and stuff, and then like as the season progresses, like after the first, because next weekend, not this weekend but the weekend after, is the first weekend of football. So then once that happens, that Wednesday afterwards will be the reactions to the games, and actually next Wednesday would also be the first predictions, like with Sam, first official predictions for games. And then, that's going to be like every Wednesday pretty much for the NFL is just going to be predictions and reacting to the past with games, getting into like in-depth stories. And on Friday will be news, like when we get down into it, and news for the week and stuff. So it's going to be a lot of fun. And I think if we, depending on how it goes, I might add more content throughout the week, but we'll see. The shorts will also be rolling through with like NFL, with the predictions and the like reactions, and Sam's power rankings will be out throughout the week, each week. So it'll be a lot of fun. I'm really looking forward to this NFL season. I'm really hoping the Vikings do well, and I hope your team does well too. I don't care who they are. Cheer for your team, have fun, and let's see how close I get. I think I'm going to be pretty close. I think. Maybe. But I'll see you in the next video. Bye.